Mount Thomas Station, Mount Thomas 509.
Hey, Keith.
Mount Thomas Station, Mount Thomas 509.
Okay, man.
Keith, you've been avoiding me.
No, I haven't. Give us a break.
So why are you running?
Because you were chasing me.
Oh, why am I chasing you?
I don't know.
What a name, Keith.
I haven't got a name for you, man.
Well, I've got a name for you. Barry Craig.
Never heard of him.
No? Well, he's dead. And I'm giving you a chance to avoid ending up the same way.
Is that some kind of threat or something?
No. It's counselling.
I tell you, man, I never heard of this. Barry, what's his name?
No? What's the deal, Keith? You see your drugs?
I don't do drugs, man. I put all that behind me. Dead set.
I'm telling you, Keith, you get this straight through your head, my friend, okay? I'm gonna be on your back 24 hours. I'm gonna be watching you. Right?
I told you, man. I'd help you if I could. Honest.
Right!
Honest, man.
Now, piss off before I get angry.
I'll get him to call you. Yeah, I promise. Hang on a moment. Hey, Jay, Hetty Williams.
I'll call her back.
Well, it's the
I
third
was
time
about
she's
to
called.
send out a search party.
I was following up a lead.
Yeah, well, it's customary to answer your radio. I need your crime stats for last month.
As soon as I get them, I'll give
As
it to you.
quick as you
okay?
can, please. The inspector's calling.
This lead wouldn't have anything to do with that name that Pat Doyle gave you, would it?
Just have a chat to a bloke, that's all.
Yeah, right. Some chat.
Ben,
Yeah.
had Ray Batty on the phone from Sugden Road. He's complaining about the noise next door.
All right, you and Joe sort it out.
It's not that I'm against rock and roll or anything. It's just, I was a rocker myself. Birds can't take it. Thinks he's Jimmy Bloody Hendrix or something.
Just the one instrument, is it?
I wish. Got a whole band. But it started like this 2 days ago. Day and night. They're off their food.
Geez, give us a break, will you?
Afternoon, sir. I'm Constable Lawson. This is Constable Parrish.
So?
Do you mind if we come in for a second?
What's the problem?
Had a complaint about the noise, mate.
Tell the silly old bugger to put cotton wool in his ears.
Dylan, shut up. Look, we've already turned down. What does he want? I mean, we've got to have some sound. We're working. Trying to cut an album.
You're Johnny G, aren't you?
No,
Aren't you?
I was. These days I prefer to go by my real name, John James.
I know all your songs.
Yeah?
Yeah, my parents have got, like, all your albums.
Right.
Bit stoned, sir.
No?
What's your name?
Why?
I'll just tell him your name, Dylan.
Dylan Hawker. But what makes you think I'm stoned?
Oh, 'cause your foot's on fire, Dylan.
Oh, hello. It's just grass.
Yeah, well, show us what's in that pouch, please.
All right, anyone else been smoking?
Excuse me, this is a rock band?
Sasha.
All right, I'm going to have to ask you to come down to the station, please.
We're trying to rehearse here. I mean, if you're going to take our drummer, you might as well take all of us. Well, you can take me anyway.
All right, all of you, down the station then, hey?
Come on.
Good one, Sasha.
We found some dope in their house.
It's nothing to do with me, man. I'm just here with the others.
Johnny James.
Oh, g'day, Tom.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just trying to sort this out.
Sort what out?
You could have got stoned from standing in the room with them, boss.
Oh, really? I thought you'd left Mount Thomas behind.
Oh, I just come up to cut an album.
Yeah? Well, this is the band.
Yeah.
What happened to Chris and Baz?
Chris OD'd 4 years ago and Baz went back to being a plumber.
So, this is the new lineup.
Yeah, that's Dylan on drums, Sasha we're trying out on harmony vocals, and you know Keith.
Yeah, I know Keith. Drop in and have a chat when you're through.
I will.
Mum and Dad have got all these albums.
Yeah, me too. I knew him before he was famous.
So what have we got? Seems pretty fresh. Is it yours?
Never seen it before in my life.
I was right next to him and he was standing on a roach trying to hide it.
Right.
Interview room, thanks. And what about the others?
Oh, they're just here for support.
And because you're so cute.
I'll have him.
Hey, have I got to go in with him? He'll bash me, man. He's already had me up against a wall once today.
In.
I'll sit in.
You're on a bond, you're a convicted heroin user and a known dealer, Keith.
I'm on methadone maintenance, man. And I only ever dealt to get a taste for myself. I'm clean. Check me arms.
Tell me about Barry Craig.
I don't know any Barry Craig. Jesus, tell him, will you?
Just answer the question.
What do you want, man? I told you I don't know him.
Then how is it that you come up on a list of his fizzes?
What, he was a cop?
With a lucrative sideline selling drugs for smaller dealers like you, Keith.
I never met him.
Well, what I need to know is who he was buying from. Then I might be able to find out who's responsible for all these dead bodies around here lately.
Look, I was really sorry to hear about your lady, right? And if I could help you, I would. But I never met the guy.
Barry knew you.
Crap.
And if Barry didn't know you, you didn't deal.
Sorted out?
Yeah, they're being interviewed. Bloody rock and roll.
I never thought I'd hear you say that.
Oh, I love the music, Tom, but the sex and drugs you can keep. I'm too old.
Oh, come on. You're younger than I am.
Tell that to my aching bones.
I always wondered what happened. I mean, one minute you were right up there, the next minute you disappeared. I heard stories, of course.
Couldn't work, Tom. Moved to Tasmania, straightened up, wrote some songs. And then someone offered me a chance to cut a CD.
New song?
No, the old stuff. 70s nostalgia. That's why I'm working with Keith. He's part of the deal. All that's left of the original sound.
Well, I like the old songs.
That's the trouble, so does everyone else. No one wants the new stuff.
Are you going to be around long?
Couple of weeks. We're using Keith's place. I know, Tom, but what can I do? I mean, rather I come up here than take him to the city. Listen, is there anything we can do about,
Has the young bloke been in this sort of trouble before?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Then he'll be charged on summons, I'm afraid. He'll probably just get a fine and be out of here in an hour.
So what are we going to do, eh? Interview everyone.
Okay.
Okay, what?
It's mine.
Who'd you buy it from?
No one.
We're starting again.
Who did you buy it from, Dylan?
No one, I told you.
Did you grow it?
No.
Well, you must have got it from somewhere.
All right, please yourself.
If you must know, I got it next door.
Which next door?
The pigeon bloke.
You bought it from Batty.
No. I saw it growing in his backyard.
Ray Batty's growing marijuana.
According to Dylan Hawker, yeah.
What is happening to this town?
Thanks, Tom.
No, I didn't do anything.
I'm just glad you're still here.
Yeah, well, some of us have to lead the dull, boring lives. Just try and keep the kid out of trouble, eh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Keith and Johnny. They're as big as Billy Thorpe, you know.
Who?
So, anyway, what do you want us to do about these plants?
You'd better get a warrant, I suppose.
Oh, well, I want to search Keith's place again.
On what grounds? What grounds? The guy's got a record for dealing dope.
Yeah, but nothing recently, and Johnny assures me that they've cleaned up their act.
We found dope there. Who's to say we're not going to find something heavier?
Yeah, well, I hope you get the magistrate to buy it, because I don't.
Would somebody like to tell me what's going on?
All right, what is going on is a major drug ring, and Keith Cashwell's involved.
And
I'm hoping he can lead me to the person that killed Maggie.
It won't work, PJ. Keith knows how this mob operate. I guarantee he'll be more scared of them than you, no matter how many
Which is why
fences
we
you
need to keep the
punch.
pressure on, Ben. Now, I'm not going to give up.
Well, if he can help you find the person responsible for Maggie's murder, I wouldn't dream of trying to stop you.
Looks like marijuana to me.
Oh, well, it might look like marijuana, but it isn't marijuana. It's hemp.
Hemp?
For the pigeons. Well, they love the seeds.
Oh, you're having us on.
No, ask anybody.
Don't ask me.
Racing birds really go on the stuff. A lot of fanciers grow their own. So I thought I'd give it a go too.
Well, it still looks like marijuana to me.
Well, it's the same plant, different chemistry. Could smoke it all day and nothing had happened.
How do you know you're getting the harmless stuff?
Well, I bought the seeds from a bloke and he told me it was hemp.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Get it analysed.
Well, you're not going to pull it up.
Right so, mate.
But no, please.
You'll have to come to a station with us.
If it is hemp, will I get it back?
Not unless you've got a licence to grow it.
This all for your personal use, is it?
Not all of it, no. Most of it we'll take down the station and bag up and sell at the pub later.
Might get down there then. You'd save me a bit, wouldn't you, Jack?
I was joking.
I wasn't. I'll see you there later, hey?
You filthy dog. Lining women up on the job.
Don't you give me that excuse, John Jeans. You can't expect to turn up in Mount Thomas after 20 years and try and get away without playing.
That's the way, Chris. Put the pressure on.
Yeah, don't let him wriggle out of it. Don't you worry, he owes me one. You never even sent me a card.
I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Mr. Big Time.
Yeah, well, I'm Mr. Very Small Time now.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Hi.
G'day.
Buy me a drink?
Yeah, sure. What'll it be?
Bourbon and Coke.
Bourbon and Coke. I hate to ask you this, but how old are you?
Old enough. Oh, I wouldn't want to get you into trouble or anything. Lemon squash will be fine.
You know, I can remember this bloke before he could read music.
Got news for you, Tom. I still can.
So, what do you do for kicks, apart from arresting people?
Play a bit of footy. Ride a horse.
Really? I love horses.
Yeah?
Dad bought me a pony when I was 12. We should go riding. Or is that a problem?
No.
No jealous girlfriend or anything?
No. So you still got the pony?
No, Dad sold it. Didn't want me riding anymore after I got thrown. Broke my neck.
Gee, really?
Yeah, but it wasn't Nancy's fault. I mean, Dad's just a bastard. He owns me.
Really?
So, what's your horse's name?
Matilda. Beautiful.
Where do you keep her?
Oh, just on this little farm outside town, this woman's place.
Is that where you live?
No, I live here.
Here, right here.
Yeah, upstairs.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we should move the party up to your room.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here comes the butt. You're not gay, are you?
No. It's just, sorry, you're just moving a bit fast. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, I'd love to.
No. Don't be sorry. It's actually quite sweet. How about another lemon squash?
Oh, Jesus, what do you bastards want now?
Keith Howard, Cashel, we've got a warrant to search the premises.
Step aside. Try not to trash the joint, guys. I live here, you know?
Well, you're going to have to postpone your photo shoot with Home Beautiful, Keith.
Be careful with that.
So what do you think you're looking for anyway?
As soon as we find it, we'll let you know.
Powder.
Powder. That yours, Keith?
Jesus, Keith.
That's not my gear, man.
You gave me your word.
Oh, what other lies have you been telling me, Keith, eh? You've been using it again, haven't you?
Check my arms.
I don't need to check your arms, Keith, because I got this.
Has it got my fingerprints on it?
Doesn't matter. We found it in your house. It constitutes possession, my friend. And with a bloke who's on parole with drug offences, it doesn't look good.
That's not my gear, man. I didn't buy that dope. I keep telling you, it's not mine.
And whose is it, Keith?
How the hell would I know? Every scumbag in Australia slept on that couch.
Oh, yeah, I could believe that.
What?
Who's BC?
Who?
BC. With a mobile number.
I don't know. Probably some chick.
What, Barry Craig?
No, could be Brenda Cunningham.
Just to got Craig's mobile number on file. Be the easiest thing in the world to check in.
Well? Well?
All right. Yeah, I probably knew him. But he was just some bloke to score off, that's all.
You might be, Keith, haven't you?
I just wanted to put all this behind me, man.
I don't like your chances with a record like this. I mean, look, it goes back to 1975, Keith. What have we got here? We got possession, trafficking. What, you enjoy jail, do you?
What do you think?
Because I can send you back there if that's what you want. Is that what you want?
No.
But if you help me, Keith, I can put in a good word for you.
What do you need?
Everything you know about Barry Craig and his associates.
You step outside, please, both of you.
I haven't finished with you.
admission relating to the heroin found at Cashel's place.
It's mine.
If this is some ploy to take the heat off somebody else, then I have to say that it's extremely ill-advised.
Tom, I really don't want to talk about it, all right?
You do realise what this will do to your attempts to restart your career?
Might get me some publicity.
Might just confirm the view that once a junkie, always a junkie.
People will believe what they want.
Mate, we're just about to charge someone else.
It's the wrong one. He's clean.
He's technically in possession.
He's on parole, so he'll go to jail, right?
Well, it's a possibility.
What happens to the band then?
So that's what this is all about. You take the rap so the band can go on playing.
I'm not on parole. They're not going to lock me up.
This is insane.
Not from where I'm coming from, it's not.
No one's going to buy this for a minute. I mean, you told me yourself you were off drugs.
Maybe I lied.
I don't think so.
Never trust a junkie, Tom.
But you trust Keith. Come on, John, I don't want to charge you.
You have to charge me. Just made a confession in front of witnesses.
All right. Charge him.
Thank you.
You can't do this.
You heard the man. He made a direct admission.
It's rubbish.
Nevertheless, he
Keith's
made
stuff.
an admission. So what, we just ignore this and charge Keith anyway? I just hear his lawyer now.
Well, his lawyer doesn't have to know about the admission. Look, just give me half an hour. That's all I need.
And keep Keith here. False imprisonment. I can't allow it.
It's your lucky day, Keith.
Why? What's happened?
Your friend's taking the rap for you.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Then I can go.
No, not yet. I've still got some unfinished business to take care of.
Have we? I forget.
You better get your memory back quick smart, my friend.
Jeez, are you ever going to lay off?
Never going to lay off until you tell me what I want to know.
You're still here. Leave, now. Get.
Ben, I had him.
Let's see if we can get him.
You heard what James had to
Listen,
say.
PJ, more than one person lives in that house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ever seen any heroin around the place?
No.
Never seen anyone using?
No.
Ever seen John James using heroin?
No, he's right down on it.
Is anyone else in the band using?
No.
What about Keith Cashel?
All I know is that he goes to the chemist every day to get his methadone.
And have you ever used heroin?
No, never.
Okay, Sasha, thanks for coming in. Now, if you do happen to remember anything that might help us to solve this case, please let us know.
I'll think about it. Hi, Jack.
You have really done it this time, young lady.
I told you I didn't want to go to that school in the first place. You never listened.
Excuse me, sir, do you know this girl?
I'd listen, and the answer is still no. I do not want you mixed up with these people.
Oh, but it's okay for you to mix with them. You're such a hypocrite.
I do not want to have this discussion here. Come home with me now.
Like hell.
Excuse me, sir, let her go now. Let her go, let her go. Hey, excuse me, just a minute. What's your business here, sir?
My business is trying to get my 17-year-old daughter to come home and stop this nonsense.
And your connection to this band?
I own them, so if you don't mind.
I wouldn't if I were you. Look, you'll only make matters worse. My advice is to give her time to cool down.
Oh, really?
Perhaps you'd like to come in and talk about it.
I thought she was at school camp, and the school thought she was with me. The bloody fees I'm paying, you'd think they know where she is.
Well, I wouldn't be too hard on her. I mean, running away with a rock and roll band, typical teenager's fantasy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be so concerned if I didn't know what some of these characters were like.
Did you know that John James has admitted possessing heroin?
I can't believe he'd be such a mug.
Do you think he could be using again?
Well, he was clean before he came up here, I'm pretty sure. Bloody Keith, that's where it's coming from.
Well, it seems likely, but we don't know.
I know. Look, is there any way that we can get together on this?
I don't think there's anything more I can do, Mr. McLeod. I put it to him straight, and it had no effect.
Gets an idea into his head, yeah.
Well, you're his promoter. You'd have a better chance of persuading him than I have.
Yeah, maybe. I can't even control my own daughter. Well, I'll certainly have a word to him, but I can't guarantee anything.
Well, I'd appreciate it.
Excuse me.
Who's that?
Oh, Bryce McLeod.
Said he's the owner of Johnny James' band.
And Sasha's dad. They don't get on too well at all.
Huh? Why's that?
She's afraid of him, thinks he's too possessive or something.
Come on, the girl has just run away from school. You'd be worried too. And for this relief, much thanks.
Shakespeare.
I don't say. Thought I just made it up myself.
I've got another name for you. Bryce McLeod is in the music business. Yeah, well, if anything comes up, I'd appreciate it. Thanks, Pat.
So you want to tell me what you're up to?
He's linked to Keith. Now, he wouldn't be the first rock promoter to be involved in drugs.
PJ, the man's a citizen. Just be careful.
Nothing turns up. Hasn't got to worry, has he?
And if something does turn up?
He's gone.
So why don't you?
Do you reckon she's my type?
Oh, she thinks she's your type.
Yeah?
Oh, come on. She practically had her tongue hanging out.
Like, she's too young for me, do you reckon?
Oh, hell's bells, Stretch. Look, do yourself a favour and just go for it. Yeah.
All right, you two domestic, 48 Sugden Street.
Well, isn't that Keith Cashell's place?
Jack!
McLeod, let it go.
She's 17 years of age.
She is old enough to make her own decision.
Yeah, not in my book. She's coming with me.
Let her go.
You could be facing very serious charges here. Get in!
Right, let's sort this out down the station.
You arresting me?
It might come to that if you don't let your daughter go.
All right. You satisfied? Come on, sir.
Thanks.
Feeling better?
Much. Thank you. Wish you could always be around to protect me.
Oh, it's all part of the service, ma'am. So, do you and your dad fight like that a lot?
No, it's usually more like a Cold War. But Dad's seen red over me joining the band for some reason.
Well, you know, he had no right to try and drag you away like that.
So what are you going to charge him with?
False imprisonment, but she's my daughter.
Nevertheless, that's what it's called when you force somebody into a car without their consent.
As it is, you still may be facing assault charges.
Yeah, but Sasha's not going to be pressing charges.
No, but we might be. Unless I can be satisfied this won't be happening again.
She is my daughter. I love her. I do not want her staying with a bunch of drug addicts.
Yeah, I sympathise. I've got daughters of my own, but the law says she's got the right to make up her own mind.
I want to stay with the band.
You're forgetting who puts the money up to make the band possible.
Well, so what? You're threatening to pull the plug. Do you think I'm ever going to come home then?
Your daughter does seem determined on this course of action. Perhaps we could come to some sort of compromise.
How about I stay with the band and he doesn't get charged with assault?
Oh, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind. On the other hand, your daughter does have the right to choose.
Thanks, Pat.
Did Pat come up with something?
Oh, yeah, he came up with something, all right.
I'll squeeze.
This is great. Only problem is you can't use any of this. It's all hush-hush.
I wasn't wrong, though, was I?
No, you weren't wrong.
You showed him, hey? Looks like you get to stick around for a while.
For the moment. He'll get his way sooner or later. He always does.
Hey, look, the law's on your side. So am I.
Thanks for that.
So, see you at the pub later?
Yeah. All right. Sure.
Yeah, we seem to be making a habit of this. Do you mind? I'm in a hurry.
The Richmond inquiry.
What?
It was held in camera, so not many people would have known about it. But your name was mentioned more than once.
People will say anything.
You know, it's really funny how it follows you around, though, isn't it, eh? I mean, first you're named in a major drug trafficking inquiry. Then your band gets busted for heroin.
You're going to have to do much better than that.
Don't worry. We will.
Bryce. He was the dude I work for, that's all.
Right, so it was a working relationship, was it? What was the job description? Play a little bass, sell some drugs to school kids?
No.
You guys go back, don't you, Keith? Eh? Back to the bad old days?
He never had anything to do with that.
He never supplied you with drugs?
Not on a commercial basis.
What about Barry Craig?
What about him?
He supplied you drugs, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Barry supplied you drugs, Bryce supplied you drugs.
Not commercially.
The thing is, did Barry and Bryce know each other?
How the hell would I know?
Did Bryce organise the hit on Barry Craig?
No.
Did he organise the hit on Senior Constable Doyle?
I don't know. I mean, no.
Do you know something, Keith?
No.
Oh, well, maybe you were involved in his plan. Maybe you were the one that pulled the trigger.
Me? Come off it.
You knew who Senior Constable Doyle was, though, didn't you, Keith?
Yeah, she was your girlfriend. Everyone knew that.
Bryce ever talk about it?
No, never.
All right, I would think about your answers very carefully, my friend, because Mr. McLeod is about to get into a whole lot of trouble. And I would hate to see you swept up in it.
I don't have to think about it. I told you everything I know.
You change your mind, you know where I am. Well, well. Speak of the devil and he appears. I just had a chinwag with your mate.
You can talk to anyone you like. I'm looking for Sasha.
Not there. Keith's there. And he's dying to have a chat with you.
Wish we'd known you were here. You could have talked to Ray for us.
Who?
Ray, next door. We got the analysis back on that hemp plant of his.
The bloke swore it was hemp.
Maybe you better give us this bloke's name.
This is crazy. What are you after me for? I'm not the druggie. They are next door.
We can't discuss that, sir.
Yeah, well, now they're poisoning my birds.
Well, what makes you say that, Mr. Batty?
Well, look.
Gee, that's no good.
It was them next door. They put something in the water or the feed or something. They've been in here. I seen one of them sneaking back over the fence.
Why would they want to poison your birds?
Because I complained about the noise and called you lot. It's Princess Melinda. Champion racer she was. Bastards.
Bryce McLeod might look like Mr. Big to you, but all I can see is a father with genuine concerns for his daughter.
That's not how the Richmond inquiry saw him.
You keep talking about this inquiry. How come I've never heard about their father?
Because the whole thing was held in secret. Pat only found out about it through a mate of a mate.
And what exactly did they prove?
Not a lot.
Exactly my point. Now, if you go at this like a bull at the gate, you'll have Falcon Price and God knows who else down on our heads. And if you're ordered off the case, my hands will be tied.
So what do you expect me to do?
Listen, if McLeod had anything to do with Maggie's murder, I want him just as much as you do. Just be careful.
I thought you should know Keith Cashell's in hospital.
Oh, give us a break, will you?
G'day, Keith.
How is he?
Someone gave him a nasty crack on the head with something. Doctor stitched him up. He'll be up first thing in the morning.
So, who assaulted you?
I know. There was a knock at the door. I answered it. And whack, I'm seeing stars.
You didn't see who did it?
No. He must have been standing to one side or something.
You didn't have a falling out with your dealer, Keith?
I'm not using, man. How many times?
What about Bryce? Now, he didn't seem too keen about our little chat.
It wasn't him. He'd already left.
You said to me you didn't see who hit you.
He had no reason.
You owe money?
No.
No? You'd be the first junkie in history to know anybody money.
Hey, he's already said that's all in the past.
What's in the past, so we can forget about it, can we, John?
Sometimes it's a very good idea.
Not in my job, John, because way back there's always an explanation for things. We're very keen on the past.
It was McLeod. I mean, he had opportunity.
Yeah, but Keith didn't identify him.
No, he's too scared.
So unless Bryce conveniently puts himself in, we need another witness.
I'll get a witness. Door knock tomorrow morning.
Let's just hope one of the neighbours was looking out the window at the time.
Hey, seen Sasha around?
Are you being stood up already, are you?
No, seriously, she's supposed to meet me here about now.
Haven't seen her.
Hey, Sasha with you?
No, it's back at Keith, I think.
How are you?
Good, mate. Good. Have a word.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, don't worry about it. You wouldn't be the first bloke in the world to be stood up.
No, she said she'd be here.
It's about Keith.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Well, he's doing his best to stay off the gear, but he's, well, it wouldn't take a whole lot to get him right back on it, you know.
And what do you want from me?
I guess I'd like it if you could just lay off a bit, that's all.
I just need to see something in return.
Hello? Sasha? Hello?
Geez, pal, how about knocking?
Is Sasha around?
Have you tried a room? It's down the end.
Sasha?
Sasha. Sasha.
Bloody hell, call an ambulance.
Now! Wake up, Sasha. Sasha, come on, come on. Sasha. Sasha! Are you sure you're going to be all right?
Look, I'll be fine.
Okay, she's all yours.
Stupid. I'm sorry, Jack.
Gee, Sasha, why?
I don't know. Dad turning up like that, I was just angry.
You could have died.
But you saved me.
No, it was just luck, Sasha.
No, it wasn't, Jack. You came looking for me, didn't you?
Yeah,
Why?
because I care about what happens to you.
I know. Thanks.
Look, you just gotta promise me you'll never do this again.
I promise. I promise, Jack. It's the first time I've shot up. Don't you believe me?
Is there any more heroin here?
No, I used it.
Why don't you move back to your dad's place or somewhere like that?
No, Jack. You've got to promise me you'll never tell him about this.
Is that what she told you?
Yeah, I believe her.
How gullible are you?
Joe, I didn't come to you for a lecture. I came to tell me what I should do. Should I report it?
Well, I think it might be a good idea.
Even though I wasn't on duty and we don't usually report ODs.
Copper keeping heroin user in bedroom. It's not a good look, is it?
I can't just turn my back on it, though, Joe.
Look, do yourself a favour, and before this goes any further, just talk to the boss.
You do realise it's an indictable offence she's committed?
Yes.
Just how deeply involved are you with this girl?
Well,
just answer me this. Did you know she was a heroin user?
No.
Oh, it's something.
She said this was the first time she's ever shot up.
And you believed her?
No one seems to think there's such thing as a first time.
I understand that. We all have personal lives, Lawson, but like it or not, we're coppers too.
Test on Ray's pigeons. They weren't poisoned.
No?
No. Yes, Mr. James?
Like a word with Jack here. Dylan said you took Sasha away. What's the story?
She's overdosed.
Where is she?
I think she'd like to keep that private.
But she's all right.
Yeah.
Look, when you're talking with her, can you tell her, tell her I'm sorry, all right?
Well, what do you know about this?
I know none of this has worked out the way I planned. Just tell her, will you?
Check her. What's this with Sasha McLeod?
PJ, she doesn't know anything.
No. Where is she?
What is it, a state secret or something?
If I tell you, you've got to promise to let me come with you, all right?
Jack, I don't have to cut deals with you, okay? Now, if you know where she is, you tell me.
Tell him.
She's in my room.
Right. I think it might be best if you do take Lawson with you in the circumstances.
How'd you go to the door knock?
I got a result, but unfortunately not the one you wanted. A witness saw Keith Bash, but it wasn't Bryce McLeod.
So what'd you actually hit him with?
4B2?
Oh, well, that's very traditional.
Wouldn't have happened if they'd left my pigeons alone.
Mr. Batty, your neighbours didn't touch your pigeons.
You saw them. You know they did.
No, I'm telling you, it was the cannabis seeds. You should never have fed that stuff to the birds.
You're telling me that...
That you poisoned the birds yourself and that you bashed an innocent man.
You told. You promised you wouldn't tell anyone.
Sorry, I promised I wouldn't tell your dad.
Where did you get the heroin from?
A guy.
What's his name?
I don't know, just a guy. I asked around.
Keith Cashel?
No, I didn't ask Keith.
Your father?
As if I'd asked my dad where to score smack.
You don't think you'd know where? Come on, Sasha. Sasha?
Jack!
She's answered your questions, mate.
Yes, she has.
Sasha, are you all right?
You said you didn't tell him.
No, I found out from John. Sasha, how could you?
It's not very nice when it's your own daughter, is it?
You stay out of this. This is between Sasha and I.
I hate you. I hate everything you stand for.
Then you should be pleased to know that I have just withdrawn support for your precious band. If you want to hang out with that bunch of degenerates, you can do it on your own time. Now go and get your things. You're coming with me.
I'm like hell.
Go and get your things.
I think you've had your answer, Mr. McLeod.
Fine. Yeah, you stay here with him. When you find out what it's like living on a cop's wage, don't come begging to me.
Don't worry, I won't.
Have a nice day.
Why are we going to Keith's place? He hasn't given us anything so far.
Well, he's lost his precious band. Maybe he'll change his mind.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sasha, okay?
Yeah, I think so.
You happy to leave her in your room alone?
You mean, can I trust her?
Can you? Did you talk about a dad bunch?
Only about how much she hates him, mate. Not about anything else.
What happened?
He's dead when we got here, overdose.
Why now? Why today?
It was the band. It's all that kept him going. And that mongrel pulls the plug.
Any idea where he got the heroin from?
I thought he was off it.
He kept a stash. He was selling on the side.
Where was the stash?
If he had any, be in his amp.
I'm sorry, John.
Are we absolutely certain it was an OD?
Well, we haven't got the autopsy results yet, but there's little doubt.
What about the stuff you found?
Well, I got into the lab, but I wouldn't expect any surprises.
Well, Keith had in his amp all along.
When my brother gave up smoking, he always kept an unopened packet of ciggies in the kitchen drawer just to prove that he didn't need them.
Ben, this is heroin we're talking about.
Excuse me, forensic report on the heroin found at Keith's.
Now, the heroin you got, it was Keith's, wasn't it?
Yeah, all right. Nobody was supposed to know it was there.
When did you take it?
Early last night. I just had to blot everything out, what with Dad turning up.
So you helped yourself to Keith's smack?
Yeah, well, you guys have got mine.
And stuff in the sofa, that was yours.
So you're not a first-time user, then?
No, I haven't used a lot. Maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yet you OD'd from the smack from Keith's amp?
Yeah, all right. Well, I've learnt my lesson, haven't I?
Yeah, well, you're very lucky, aren't you? I mean, that smack was pure enough to kill a horse.
Couldn't be.
We've had it analysed.
But how could Keith get us...
Oh, no, not Keith. Someone swapped his stuff for this other stuff. And they didn't count on you getting a taste first.
But who would want to kill Keith?
Maybe he knew too much.
Yeah, well, I don't know anything about that, all right?
Who do you know has access to high-grade heroin that's known Keith Cashel for over 20 years? And you're very lucky that Jack found you last night, because you could have ended up dead like Keith.
Bastard.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
Dad was with Keith yesterday afternoon when I arrived back.
And what do you think Keith had on your father?
I don't know. Keith and him go way back. Keith used to come to his poxy barbecues.
Barbecues?
Yeah, regular events. Dad never wanted me anywhere near there, so I always thought they were a bit sus.
And who else would come?
Bunch of boring people. One of them was that crooked copper. You know, the one that hanged himself in jail?
Barry Craig?
Yeah, Barry. That was his name. He was always there.
Nice of you to see me off, but really not necessary. Playing that little game again, are we?
Barry Craig.
Name sounds familiar.
It should be. He was a corrupt copper, a drug pusher. And he worked for you.
Says who?
I don't have to tell you anything.
You going to arrest me? I thought not, so if you just excuse me.
You had Craig killed, didn't you? And you murdered Keith. Of course, that time, you nearly got your own daughter.
Well, now, that's up to you to prove.
What do you know about the murder of Maggie Doyle?
Only what I read in the paper. Now, please let me go, or I'll be forced to make a complaint.
Oh, that's fine, Mr. McLeod. Just as long as you realise I know who you are. And I know what you do.
Let me stay here. Please.
Sasha,
I'm never going to use again, ever.
if you want to use, it's up to you. I can't stop you.
I know I could definitely stop if I was with you.
Don't do it for me, do it for yourself.
How?
I've got the number here. There's a guy in Melbourne. He might be able to help you get off the stuff, get you back to school.
Can't rely on you to keep rescuing me, eh?
No. touch.
Everyone, John, has agreed to sing us a couple of his new songs, so give him a very big hand.
Thank you.
Well done, Getty.
Here's a song Keith Castle and I wrote about the town we grew up in. Harry helped back at Elder's store. On his face, 50 years of strife. Something of a mystery, how he bought a house and took a wife. She loved him till they laid her down. In my hometown, in my home, Alley Green, she was my girl. Highway Motel on the long cold nights. I whispered promises we chose.